Dare I say it, we are in the last stretch of this winter storm, although it's already dropped some serious freezing rain. Look at Graham there, almost 2 inches. We've also had a lot of sleet, mostly across the Triad. That's what you saw, including a really heavy sleet in Guilford County about an hour and a half ago. Taking a live look over Burlington and High Point, it's been quite literally coming down all day now. With the freezing temperatures lingering, everything's starting to freeze up. Over on the right there, you can almost tell that's High Point if you squint really hard. It is bad out there right now. And some school districts are already announcing cancellations for tomorrow. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools announced closures for tomorrow and Tuesday. Rockingham County Schools will also be closed Monday and Tuesday. Randolph County is closed. Alamance Burlington announced they'll be remote, not closed, just remote. Meanwhile, Guilford County, they were already out for a teacher workday. There's still no word on if they'll go back to school on Tuesday. We'll keep you updated. Davidson County announced they'll be closed tomorrow. Surrey County and Mount Airy City Schools are out tomorrow too. We'll keep you up to date on any changes. Remember, you can always get any closures on WFMYnews2.com. The winter storm is pushing back some city services too. In the city of Greensboro, Monday's trash pickup will be pushed to Tuesday, and Tuesday's collection will take place on Wednesday. The White Street Landfill and Solid Waste Transfer Station will be closed tomorrow as well. Meanwhile, the city of Greensboro is working around the clock, trying to make sure the roads are safe and as clear as possible. They shared this picture earlier on Facebook of what goes on behind the scenes at their Emergency Operations Center. Taking a live look at the roads right now, oh, that is a mess out there. Look at all that sleet and ice and slush on the roads. That car speeding by, though, probably a little too fast. The city says crews started working operations midday today, and they'll be treating the roads. They're still warning people to stay off of them unless you really have to be somewhere. The city of Greensboro also has an interactive snow removal map. Check out their website to track the progress of clearing roads in real time. In the meantime, WFMY News 2's Chad Silver shows you the hidden dangers that you might not see on the road.
Hey there, WFMY News 2's Chad Silver here, giving you a little walk around my neighborhood to show you what conditions are like and also talk about what could be expected over the coming days. So this is my driveway here. This is my road that I use to get out of my house. And you can see the road is clearly covered by snow, sleet, freezing rain, and it's going to be an issue for a couple of days. So road workers told us a couple of days ago that if there is freezing rain, it's going to be really difficult to get these roads cleared. Now, keep in mind, yes, there are a couple of days this week we're going to go above freezing, so it will melt some of this, but it's not going to melt all of it. And then as soon as the temperature dips below freezing again each of these nights this week, it's going to refreeze and cause even more issues. The next day, rinse and repeat. So think about all of this melting every day and then freezing at night. It is going to be a big issue for days to come.
In Rockingham County, Sheriff Sam Page talked with us earlier, and he says all primary roads have now been plowed, but roads are still slick. He says they're only responding to 2 minor accidents right now, but still, he encourages everyone to stay off the roads. Over in Archdale, video shows crews from the state DOT plowing the roads. This is a sight we all want to see right now. One of our photographers shot video of crews actively plowing on the interstate in Alamance County also. Take a look. This plow right here really working. You see how they stack them several in a row? That's their fastest and easiest way to get the roads clear. They'll try to make another loop back around later tonight. Another big concern right now is the chance for possible outages across the Triad. Duke Energy has a live outage tracker on their website. Right now, we're glad to say there are no major outages in the Triad. As a matter of fact, about an hour and a half ago, there were about 300 homes in Forsyth County that were without power because of the storm. It now looks like most of those outages have been resolved. However, down in Charlotte area, they've got about 3,000 homes still without power. The mountains also still a mess. As we hit this last stretch of the storm, we have team coverage tonight. Miles Harris is live in Charlotte, where several people are without power, and Nixon Norman is scanning through things here in Guilford County. But first, let's get to Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley. Tim, when are we going to be done with this storm?
Well, Ben, we're starting to get to that point right about now. I mean, obviously, we still have impacts that'll be lingering for a couple of days. We know how it is to try and melt things around here sometimes. But this storm is starting to finally pull away from us, and it's been a big one. It's been a long one. I thought it might be helpful first off to show you about a 2-day loop of this storm system. So as we track it across the country, you can see just how expansive it was. A lot of people getting a ton of snow out of this thing. Unfortunately for us, kind of on the yucky side of the system. But I don't think any of us should be complaining about a thing with this storm system because we are super fortunate and lucky that we were cold enough to keep it basically sleet almost the whole time. That is the best outcome. We were saying that a couple days, like if we could keep this sleet longer, it would be a great outcome. We just didn't think we'd be able to do it. So it's been very fortunate for us to see that happen. Just on the other side of the mountains, they had plenty of freezing rain and so much that Nashville is in really, really tough shape. Mississippi, same idea. So those are places that got hit really, really hard. You're not going to be able to make sense of this. I just like to show you how many reports there are here across the Carolinas. Different kinds of winter weather, whether it be sleet, freezing rain, or snow. There's been a lot of that. What's interesting to me right now is our temperature keeps rising. So once we got that really heavy band, you remember it just a couple of hours ago, all that sleet pelting us, it seemed to erode that colder air that had been sitting closer to the ground. Now, it's still cold outside, obviously. It's 28 degrees, but a couple hours ago at 5 o'clock, it was about 19. So we've actually gone up. Now, we did have a lot of moisture out here. Our liquid in the bucket today at PTI was about 0.75, about ½ an inch in Reedsville and in Winston-Salem. Sometimes these other sensors malfunction when freezing is involved. Where are we going from here? Well, the storm is basically done at this point. We have a little bit of drizzle still lingering. I'm not worried about power outages anymore. I think you're clear from that in our area. Having said that, the impacts for icy road conditions, that's going to really be the story throughout the week. And we've all lived through these storms around here. It gets frustrating when you're on day 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4. Kind of waiting for your roads to improve. If you live on a shady side street, these are going to be issues that you'll have to kind of contend with a little bit. The freezing rain didn't really do all that much for us. It was mostly sleet that iced things up around the region heading into this evening. And off it goes. That radar has cleared up pretty nicely for us. We're seeing now just dry conditions in Burlington and over our whole DMA overall, and whole viewing area, I should say. Charlotte's also clear at this time, and Futurecast will continue to keep us pretty dry for the next several hours. Maybe a little spotty drizzle here or there. That would still be freezing drizzle overnight tonight, but it's nothing for us to obsess over at this point. Bottom line, the biggest impacts from this storm were sleet and our travel, and it'll continue to be the travel impact going forward, not the power outages. So I think that's the outcome we would have wanted if we got the choice to pick. We are going to keep our weather impact alert going through Tuesday morning here. Icy travel will continue to be an issue, and then bitter cold. That's Tuesday morning especially, will be very cold around our area as we kind of chill down even into the single digits potentially. Tomorrow, the issue is something we didn't have much of today. Wind. We'll see winds gusting around 20 to 30 miles per hour throughout the day on your Monday, and that's going to take its toll. Shouldn't cause all that much damage, but it is going to be just feeling kind of nasty. And then talking about feeling bad, the feels like temperature, we call it the wind chill, of course. Once we go into Tuesday morning, that's really going to be a shocker as well. But having said that, we're right around that single digit to 0 degree area. The fact that all of us should have power and heat for our homes, that makes that a lot easier to take, even though it's not going to be fun. Traffic has been a bit of a mess. We've shown you that, and we'll show you that more in some live reports coming up. But yeah, slowdowns abound from I-40 to 29, you name it, whatever road you pick. There's a lot of snow and ice on it. Now, here's the planner for tomorrow. Temperatures just kind of hovering right around 30 to 32 throughout the day, and then dropping a lot toward tomorrow night. It will be windy, icy roads on the side streets. They'll continue, but overall, you know, it's a better day. We'll have some sunshine coming out there as well. I want to skip ahead and show you the 7-day forecast as I carefully walk in our snow-covered weather garden. I encourage you to do the same. Watch your step out here. 7-day forecast will keep us in the 30s most of these days. Tuesday's the coldest morning, but it's not the only one. All of these mornings are mostly waking up in the teens and not warming up all that much during the daytime either. It'll be a cold 7 days in the Triad. We'll keep an eye on next weekend. As of now, it looks dry both Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, you saw that red there on Tim's graphic. It goes through Tuesday afternoon because the roads will still be a problem. Nixon Norman is live tonight in Greensboro. How are the roads looking out there, Nixon?
Well, Ben, I actually have three things I want to tell you. First, I want to just show you something, rather. We're here again off I-40. We were here last night, but if you take a look at this guardrail right behind me, I don't know if you can see, but it's that same case. It's that ice I can't scratch off, I can't get under. And if you take a look at the texture, it's those ice crystals, likely something that has been on top of the roadway for some time and could refreeze over the night. My photographer is just going to kind of pan up to the roadway itself. Again, this is I-40, and actually in the time that we have been here, we've actually witnessed a wreck. It was now a one-car wreck. It was actually where somebody had hit that center median, that concrete median in between the oncoming and ongoing traffic. We at first were like, okay, maybe they just bumped it and slowed down and needed to stop. But actually, as they continued to come our way and go under this overpass that we are on, we realized just how much damage there actually was done to the car, to the front of the car, to the side of the car. The bumper was actually hanging out from the side of that car. Just again, I mean, a pure illustration of you can't take it too slow, you can't be too careful out there on the road. It was actually really sad to see because our cars, they mean so much to us. They're so expensive to upkeep and buy insurance every, month. I mean, it's sad to see that somebody took the risk and came out and that happened. Now, something else that I want to mention, there was actually a truck that came by, and so many times when we're out here on these live shot, there are good Samaritans that come by and check on us and make sure we're not having car troubles of our own. So when he first stopped, we waved him on and said, we're good, we're with the news, we're just here chatting about roadway conditions. He actually said, I'm here for the same reason. I'm actually here to take a picture of I-40 so I can go ahead and tell my guys. He happens to be some sort of manager of people who drive semi-trucks, and he says that he took that picture and he's gonna send it out because he wants them to be on a delayed start tomorrow. He wants crews to start getting on the road at 10 a.m., which is much later than they usually would get on the road. I thought that was pretty interesting because it just goes to show it doesn't matter why you're on the road. Everyone should be careful, whether you're driving a semi-truck or a little sedan like the one we saw that drove away badly damaged. Everybody has to take it slow.